Today I'd like to introduce everyone to Poll Everywhere. Poll Everywhere is an alternative to the expensive audience response systems that are marketed for smart and Promethean boards. This website gives you the ability to gather live audience responses using text messaging, Twitter feeds, and the web. You start the process by coming to their website, which is PollEverywhere.com. You'll need to create an account, which is free, and then log in. If it is your if you're returning, actually, it will bring up your list of polls that you've created. If it's your first time here, you'll go to the create new poll page, which we can access by clicking here. You can see on this page there are three different types of polls that are available. There's the multiple choice poll, which is good for creating mini quizzes in your classroom during a lesson if you want to gauge student understanding. There is the free text poll, which allows audience members to ask questions, make comments. If you're doing professional development, you want all of the members in the audience to sign in so you know who's there. You can simply have them text their name in. The other option is the goal poll, which creates what looks like a telethon tote board, gives you a running tally of donations if you're doing fundraising, something we may all have to do someday. For purposes of today, I'm going to create a multiple choice poll. And since I am an ex-history teacher, I am going to choose a history question. Who was the first president of the United States? And we have options down here to enter in answers. So let's do Mr. Thomas Jefferson, Mr. George Washington, and another Jefferson. See who's paying attention. We have options to the right of how we want people to respond. For purposes here, since it's multiple choice, you only want to allow them to respond once. Now, if this were an open text poll, you may want to leave it so they can respond as many times as they want. So if one person has more questions than others, they can get them all up on the screen. As for how people can respond, the default is simply text messages. I like to add the tweets and the smartphones. There's also a web widget that you can embed into your web page where people can simply click on the display itself and it will update. We'll leave that out for the time being. And once we've done this, simply come over here, click Save New Poll, and in just a moment, you will have a live poll ready for audience response. Now, the way this looks is the default as to how things come up. You can scroll over here and you'll see the settings button come up, excuse me, and you can adjust the settings if you want to change the color of the text, the size of the text, the color of the bar, the instructions, any of that. It can all be changed, the background colors. But for now, we'll just leave this the way it is. We have a live poll ready to go, and I'll put it back to the results. And I'll demonstrate this, minimize this some, and I'll pull up my Twitter page. And I'll follow the instructions over here on the poll. It says tweet at poll. So we'll go over here and it's at poll. And then we want to pick the code for the correct answer. At least I hope we get the correct answer, especially myself. And I'll hit tweet. And through the magic of the internet, all of a sudden my answer is recorded. And every respondent that texts in, it will show up almost instantaneously. You can use the web response as well. I don't know if this will work on my computer at the moment, but if I put in, let's say I wasn't paying attention and I'm from the Nick at Night generation, send this, and we'll see if it comes up. Okay, I can't vote anymore on this poll, but you get the idea. Now, come back over here, and we have other options, this poll itself. And we can leave this up on the screen during a presentation, that's great. If we have a brilliant PowerPoint presentation that we want to slip questions into, we can come over here and download this as a slide, choose the proper version of PowerPoint. I'm just going to open this. I have a file already saved, but you can see as this comes up, it gives you instructions, tells the presenter how to use this, and then it gives instructions for the audience members if need be. Maybe the first time you use this with your class, you may want to use this presentation. And then the final slide is your actual poll. And you can't see it here, but if I go to the full screen mode, go to the last slide, here's my live poll. Now, pictures here, you can take this out. It's a fully customizable slide. You can adjust the size. You can make it fit within the theme of your presentation. Now, I'll give you an example of how you can do that, or what that looks like at least, as I have one ready to go. And you can see here, I simply have a series of slides. So I could actually put an entire quiz into my presentation. Have many different slides. Your favorite color, flavor of ice cream, and so forth. And I'll put these up on the web so you guys can respond just for fun. But if you look at the last page, I've actually given you an example of a free text poll as well. There it comes, and you can enter in any text that you want and it will show up live. Now, another possibility with Poll Everywhere are these polls here. If you go back to their web page, if you want to publish these, if you want to embed these into a web page, just simply go over here to share and publish. Let's say we want to use a web page. And I didn't enable the web widget, so that won't work. But the live chart, if I want to put that up on a web page, have people respond, here it is. Here's your code. You can simply cut and paste that into your HTML code. As these polls are used, you can also come down to the bottom and cut and paste the image code. So once your poll is finished, if you simply want to publish the results on your web page, you can do that. And last but not least, if you come over here to response history, it will also give you the option to download an Excel spreadsheet. And I'll just open that so you can see what it looks like. But it will tell you who responded, how they responded, and whether or not they got the right answer. So that's another option. The most wonderful thing about this, as I said at the very beginning, is it is free. There are paid subscriptions that give you some more options, some more advanced tools, which are great, and they're not that expensive. I hope you find this as exciting as I did when I discovered it earlier this week, and you find that it's something you can use in your classrooms and in professional development as you move forward. Thank you. Have a great day.